Right, so marathon training has begun. My TrainingPeaks program has begun this week. I want to quickly explain to you a little bit about it, so don't go anywhere. Let's quickly talk about it. Right, so welcome back to Stevo Runs, the channel created for like-minded people that are looking to be better, fitter and healthier people. And if that sounds like something you want to be doing, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down here and we're going to go through it all together. Because if I can do it, then I know that you can too. So, I've just done my first few workouts of my marathon training plan. It's all go from here. I'm dead excited to get it going now, and this is the run up to my marathon, which is at the end of November. So the plan is I've got 4 runs a week, which is what I do anyway, so it fits perfectly. I did a nice run of like 50 minutes, which worked out to be about 10k or over 6 miles, about my math heart rate anyway of 148, so that's perfect. I've just been out to do some solid interval session where you warm up for 15 minutes, I believe it was, and you're floating up the pace a little bit and down a little bit just to warm your legs up like that. And then it does 8 intervals of going up to the heart rate of like 175, so it's pretty much all out. Some of my 400 meters there were sort of 5.5 minute pace to 6 minute mile pace, so good solid 8 runs there with like a 200 meter sort of resting part, which is like 150 heart rate. So that was really enjoyable. I've really sweated out. The day's lovely. Look outside here, absolutely stunning weather for it, and it's just, you know, it's not too hot. It's the end of the summer. We have a little bit of an Indian summer, it feels like here, but I absolutely love that. My training is a little bit different now. I used to do all my runs at math and do 1 fast one a week. This one seems to include 2, so it's really up in the ante now. So this week consists of what I just said was like a 148, like an easy run. Today's was intervals. I've got another one later in the week, which will be Thursday before work, which will be another about an hour run at like probably 148 again, so like a nice easy run. And I've got like a longer tempo run, which is an hour and a half on the weekend. We're in full flow now. I'm really excited to get it going. I just want to say as well to people that if you want to follow along with this, if you've got a marathon or if you just want to train and do a virtual one, if you've never done one before, I've paid for this on TrainingPeaks. It looks really good. I'm willing to share with anyone that wants to follow it along. So I'd love it if people come along with me, and I'd like to check it out on Strava too. Another little update as well. I just bought a treadmill to go in my little tiny front room. I'll see if I can put a little video on of the situation I'm in at the minute. My house is small, but I've got to fit in somewhere, and I think this is really going to complement my marathon training now. I think I underestimated it slightly because I took some good advice off people, and I thought that it was starting me a bit lower than the training I'm doing now. And lots of people just said, look, just follow the plan to a T, just do what it says. And I think that's actually wise advice, because today's intervals was the hardest intervals I've ever done. So what I don't want to do is underestimate it, and I just know that this plan is going to get it in like 3 hours 29 for the half marathon. So that is the aim, sub 3.5 hour marathon. And in truth, I'll be really happy just to get to the end, no matter what the time, because it's been my first ever one. But the training's been going good up to this for a little while now, and I think 3:30 might be in reach. If I can make some time up on some of the miles on the actual marathon, I'm not sure what it's like. It's half sort of road, half trail. If there's some downhills where I can gather some time up, I might be able to sneak a bit more off that. But if I don't clear 3:30, I'm not going to be disappointed, just so you all know that. But I think 3:30 is a reasonable time for me to head for right now. So what I'm going to do is, I've got with the treadmill, if the mileage seems low or the time seems low at this beginning, these first few weeks, I might just do some extra easy runs in the gaps just to make the miles up and do it really easy, because I know it's the run I did the other day, I sweated like a good one because I was indoors, So I know it's a good workout, but it's also really nice on my knees not to be pounding the road and all that. So I'll do all my TrainingPeaks workouts out on the road like I do now, and I might do some extra little really easy runs just to get extra miles in on the treadmill in my living room. So that is the plan. I'm excited. What I've also done, which kindly I got some good advice off of people, was to do some strength training mobility. That seems to be working. The strength training is getting easier. I'm starting to feel stronger. The flexibility and the mobility work is the main thing I'm getting out of this at the minute. I never knew how inflexible I was. I was struggling to sit down cross-legged when I'm playing on my little ones now, and that's not right. I'm 38. I'm not like an old stiff just yet. I'm on the way there. But I'm actually being able to sit and cross my legs and overlap the feet and all those things that they do there, and my hips are starting to limber up, and I think that's really going to help me, because on my long distance runs of like the 20-mile ones that I did and all that, my hips and that played up, they hurt, and the muscles felt tight in there. So I never really thought how important it was to be mobile there, like hence the mobility work. So I think stretching them out and doing what I'm doing is really going to help towards getting where I need to be, because I feel like my lungs are okay to finish the marathon. If anything was going to let me down, it'd be the tightness I was getting in my hips and my hamstrings, bits like that. So I'm doing the mobility and the strength mobility all in those days off gaps. I'm doing strength mobility in all of those, and I'm really trying to prepare myself, and I'm really happy with how everything's going. So sorry if this is a short and boring video, but I just want to let the people that are following know, and the people that haven't done a marathon, that we can probably do this if you put the hard work in. I've never been so happy in my life, really, that I'm able to commit to doing what I'm doing now, and it'll be an absolute achievement for me. It'll be the best achievement of my life if I can manage to get around that, being as the first half marathon I did and the ones after that, I thought there's not a single chance I could turn around at the finish line of one of those and go back to do it all again. So the thought that I may be able to do that is making me feel really, really happy, and it's encouraging as well. So that's the plan. 4 runs a week, doing exactly what TrainingPeaks said. I'd love if anyone wants to follow along. I'm willing to share my email address on there, or I'm going to do a weekly update every Tuesday with a bit of luck, all being well, about how the training's going, what I've been doing for that week. So all the runs and that will be on there if you wanted to follow along on it. If you're faster than me on that already, then adjust it slightly to where you want to be. If you're slower or just beginning, or like just below sort of intermediate, you can always lower your speed and all that, or lower the distance or the time that you're running for, but you're going to see the same gains. So that's it. I've got Oxford in about a month's time, so I've got to try and integrate that into my training as well. But I'm just going to train for this marathon and do a half at my best of my ability. My main thing now is to get the marathon and get there in good nick. But I am hoping to do a 1 hour 30, sub 1:30 in Oxford. But again, I won't be discouraged if that doesn't happen. But that is the aim. So all good. I ain't got too much more to say now. I'll update you every Tuesday about how it's going, like I said. And I'm starting to waffle, so that is basically it for me. This is Stevo Runs. Please do me a favour and support the channel by hitting the red subscribe button there, and let me know your thoughts and what for me to expect on marathon if you've done your first one ever. And I'm getting some great advice of people already on the comments about running some of the races, like simulating some of the my runs like I'm doing the marathon. And I'm really going to start to look into the nutrition of the actual race day. I'm eating quite good at the moment, so I'm going to look at the nutrition of the race day and put a bit of that into practice, see what my stomach can cope with and all that as well. So, and I'll be bringing all that to you, all the nutrition advice that I've found is working for me, and maybe that can help you in the future too. So hit my Strava, have a look on my Instagram and all that stuff as well. I really appreciate you watching the channel and taking time to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Stevo Runs.